Okay, so I'm going to talk about AI on an impact of AI on sustainability. When we talk about sustainability, we talk normally about environment. And actually, it's a lot more than that, right? So when we talk about sustainability as I define it, what we want to consider is how to keep something in a particular state that we want it to be continue to exist for a long time. So sustainability then is not just about environment. It's also about social, individual, personal, technological, and economic concerns, not only environment. And so these are the examples of issues that sustainability is concerned about. It's about sense of community and trust, as some colleagues have already been talking. It's about health and lifelong learning. Some other colleagues have already been talking about. It's also about how we continue living in this environment of ours, in this way that we create money to sustain ourselves and our families and our communities. And then we develop the technology that drive us forward. But all of this exists within the constraints of the environment from which we use resources and to which we also expunge our left out undesirable effects. So we talk about, why am I talking about sustainability while you're talking about the ethics? Why are you talking about ethics? Because you want to live in a sustainable environment, in a sustainable community. So all that you are talking about here is essentially how do we make this environment that we live in a bit more sustainable, this community, these people living a bit more sustainable life, right? So every time you talk about ethics, you are essentially talking about sustainability. And so at the same time, we're talking about AI, which is a technology. And what we do as technology developers, I'm from computer science, we develop this technology in order to do something. And as a result of it, it has positive and negative impacts as well. On positive side, we help to produce and optimize and use the resources in such a way that the tasks that we are wanting to do are done better. Like we substitute travel with video conferencing. We optimize use of resources in such a way that we don't waste anything. And then we are trying to make all this in a way that helps us to make more money, improve the environment we live in, make people happier. Social, individual, technological, environmental impacts are intended result of why we develop technology. At the same time, when we develop technology like AI, we end up inducing additional things, like we end up requiring more energy to run these models, to train this model. We create enormous amount of hardware, which is by the time that is actually installed is obsolete, and you have to develop new one and throw the old one away. We optimize things like with AI learning how to optimize our traffic, we improve the traffic movements. What happens as a result of it? We drive even more. Why? Because now it's faster to go from A to B in a car because there are no congestions that were like stopping us from using the car before. And we create a lot of emerging risks. We don't know what kind of other things these nanorobots are going to do to us, right? So when I'm bringing the attention of this group of people to the impact of sustainability that AI can have, I would like us to be considering the environmental, social, individual, technical, and economic dimensions, and not only think about the ethical dimensions as something that relates to people and societies. It's more than that. The example in here is not from AI. I just didn't have time to update this. But this is an example from Airbnb. We developed the technology, which is great, right? And as a result, it has a long-time effect of gentrification rather than just helping people to live in a good kind of tourist environment. So what I want to say is AI has an enormous impact on sustainability. It can be positive or it can be negative. And the key question is, which impact do we design this technology for? And then really what we would like to see is some feedback and some support and some input from ethics and others as well to improve this. And I also want to bring to attention some of the related initiatives maybe. So for example, we have a newly starting AI-driven digital transformation network, which is focusing on energy use and impact. And then we are looking at other things around this as well. So yeah, that's where I will stop. Thank you very much.